There's this girl who always pops up on my For You page on TikTok, Harper Murray.
Yeah,
and she was talking about like the amount of pressure that you guys face from like media and stuff like that, being a collegiate athlete at such a high level and also being a woman. Is there anything that you deal with like that?
I mean, yeah, there's always going to be more pressure, especially as like a Division I athlete, and just especially with how big the sport has become, being like an example for younger girls and showing them, you know, like it's going to get hard and there's hard things to do, but being resilient with that and showing them that, you know, like you can do anything set your mind to and go after it. But yeah, definitely, I know Nebraska has been kind of like the showboat for women's volleyball recently. I think last season or 2 seasons ago, they played a match in their football stadium and had like 95,000 people. Yeah. Which
outside, like record
outside
attendance because they filled the football stadium for a volleyball match.
That's insane.
So they like laid down the Terraflex floor, which is like, I don't know, it's just different material. It's like not like a wood court, but
you can like move it.
Right. You can like roll it up. So they put that out there and had 95,000 people.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Yeah. Everyone is watching women's sports.
Everyone is.
They
that
are.
makes me so happy.
I'm loving it. Yeah.
And the Nebraska head coach just retired and the Louisville coach is taking over, right?
Right. And she played at Nebraska under the old Nebraska coach. So it's kind of cool to see the switch and, you know, how that's going to change. But yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of things going on. But yeah.
So when you're playing in a game, do you ever like notice the amount of people that are there or like notice who's watching you, or are you super locked in that you like don't focus on that at all?
I think during warmups, like I'll kind of get a gauge, but like when we're playing, like it just feels like everyone's just supporting us and is there. So no matter who's there, like people always show up and Derby always gets loud.
Yeah,
which is the fun of it. But even like the South Carolina match, I think it was in between it was going to the third set. We were running past the doors, which is, there's construction going on, so there's a different entrance. And we were going in our locker room and we just saw still a line of people outside.
That's crazy.
And I think that was the moment where we were just like, wow, like there are so many people here and everyone wants to come watch. And I think that was pretty cool.
It was so cool to see. And the student section too, when they were trying to like distract the other team with, don't they have like signs?
Yeah, they're like all in their business when they're trying to
are.
serve. It's awesome.
Well, and when you go to like a different school and there's student sections in your face, like it's fun.
Yeah.
Like as much as it's like annoying, it's like a part of it where it's super fun.
So are they right next to the like opposing team, like right in front of them, or like distracting them from across the net?
So if they were serving, they'd be like right behind them.
Oh, I
in like
see.
a bleacher. So they
right
can
on their
like
shoulder.
say whatever they want.
I could only imagine what they were saying.
Oh, I'm sure. But then
when I played, it was like whoever could be the most clever. Like, wow, you really did some digging on social media.
They
to
do
like
research.
or they start like saying people's names. I'm like,
Or like their mom's names or their siblings' names. That's insane.
like you have too much time on your hand, but also nice job. That was funny.
Yeah.
You did your research. Like, well done.
That is funny.
I feel like we never have that in gymnastics though. Like no one's trying to distract
I
us.
feel like people respect that you're like
Yeah,
up
I
in the
mean
air. And
Yeah, I think it would be a little bit dangerous maybe to do. I don't know.
I
but
feel like if someone said something, that could
yeah.
totally mess up flow.
I think people always ask me like, do you heckle the other girls? And I was like, no.
yeah.
They are flipping. They could land on their head. No, I'm not doing
Heckling, like while someone's on the beam is different than trying to serve or like at a free throw. But I always have found that interesting, probably because one time I was golfing and I was like talking and I got shushed on the golf course. So I feel a kind of way about this. But you have to be so quiet in like tennis or golf, which like I respect. They're focused, but it's always been interesting to me that you're like silent for that, but then someone's right on your shoulder for serving, or there's music the whole time at a gymnastics.
Yeah, I never knew that either.
Yeah, wait, that's
fun
insane.
though.
There are some schools where you get to like choose a specific song, like when you're on the beam, like a song that you really like. We don't get to do that here, but like the music was so loud. I just noticed it for the first time. It was so loud on beam.
In Littlejohn?
In Littlejohn, yes. And I was like, how are they focusing? They must be like super locked in. I remember when I did beam last year, I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear a thing. But like this time, I felt like it was louder. Like maybe it's because I wasn't doing it, but like still, I was like, oh my gosh.
I would think that it'd be better to not pick, right? Because if you're at a different, like if you're in a away meet,
you don't get to pick.
You're not having your song, the comfort song.
No, yeah, but yeah, it was cool. I will say, like, sometimes we try to assert dominance over the other team.
Tell us more.
I don't know. It's just like our chanting during warm-ups and stuff like that. Like if ours is louder than theirs, and like,
what are you chanting? I've never witnessed that
either.
Wait, it's during warm-ups, so you wouldn't be there when we're doing it. We're in like a split, and we go CLEMSONTIGERS. Fight daggers, fight daggers, fight, fight, fight. Woo! Like that's
everybody in a full split.
Yeah,
saying that.
Wow.
And then we have like and
it's incredible.
It's in
just a casual split.
Yeah, it's well, it's just
you know, like we hang out in splits. Yeah,
it's just for warm-ups when we do like our right leg split, and then we also do it on our left leg split, and then also before we start warm-ups, like we say some sort of chants. I don't remember what it is, just to make sure that they know that we're louder than they are, you know. But I wouldn't say there's I wouldn't say there's more like, oh, I bet you fall. You know? There's none of that, because a lot of the girls like grew up with some of these girls on different teams, same region, same competitions growing up, same recruitment process. So they're like our friends. I know they're our opponents, and we want to beat them, but we've grown up with them too.
So respect them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, is it home meet advantage to do floor and beam the last? Because if you're the away team, you have to do beam last. Is that like on purpose?
Yes, it is on purpose. We usually go in Olympic order for home meets. So it's vault, bars, beam, then floor for the home team.
Okay.
So that's why we always start on vault when we're home, and they start on bar. Oops. They start on bars, and so then they go from there. So the bars, beam, floor. Oh wait, no, bar. Wait, hold on. let me memorize this. They go bars, and then they switch with us because we were just on vault, and then they go to vault, and then they go to
floor then beam.
Floor then beam. Yeah.
I'm following.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I was noticing that I think our second meet, we were at Pittsburgh again, and we were on beam while they were on floor, and their floor music was so loud. And then when we were on floor, like the event before that, our floor music was like so low. Oh. I was like, oh.
Maybe that's on purpose?
No. I mean, maybe. But
probably not.
I wouldn't think so.
Hopefully not.
Especially in Little John with like our crowd and how loud they are, like it's got to be intimidating for them to do the beam, like while everyone's chanting 10, 10, 10, 10, and the music is so loud. Like it's definitely advantage for us, I would say. Okay. But
do you like doing it to music? Like if you had to choose?
Well, when we practice, we listen to music, so it's nothing really out of the ordinary for us. Some of the songs that DJ Shaw plays, like they put us in a good mood, so and some of them are like, oh, like I'm doing my beam routine to Baby by Justin Bieber right now. Like I'm confused. No, it doesn't really bother us at all. I don't think anyone, when you're doing and competing the event, I don't think anyone seems to notice, but it definitely helps like the vibe and the environment on the floor for sure. But yeah,
that makes sense. I feel like when I've been to like a meet, it's just like a giant party. Like you're just having so much fun with the music, and everyone is just like super energetic.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what volleyball matches feel like too. Like, DJ Shay has, especially on like Sunday afternoons and all the kids that are in there, I'm like, oh, it is a little party in here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
It's fun. He does a good job with keeping everyone engaged.
He does. That's what it's supposed to be, like a party.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that you feel that way watching it.
Yeah.
I have to know, like, what meet did you come to? Like, what was your first experience?
My first one was last year's, I think almost like a year ago today at the National Girls Women's Sports Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When we did, each sport had like a station. So we each...
okay.
Yeah, so we had like a volleyball station, and people could come up. I think we had candy maybe, and... they could take pictures, and then there was, lacrosse, softball, like all other women's sports, and it was cool just to see, especially for like all the little girls, to like hang out with everyone, and then of course, we get to go to a gymnastics meet at the end, which was so fun.
Yeah, happy National Girls and Women's
Yeah.
Sports
I
Day.
know.
So
Thought
fun.
I'd mention that. Yeah, the little girls are so cute.
They're so cute.
They're insane. Like, I just remember back when I was that young, and I used to watch like collegiate athletes, and I thought they were so cool, and they left like such an impact on me. So like the fact that I get to leave an impact on them now is just like insane.
Right. Like, I think the best feeling is, like, we have balls that we throw out at games.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so when we come out and all the little girls are like throwing at me, it's like so sweet, and you just know like even something so small is like gonna make their day, because I know like when I was little and that happened to me, I was like ecstatic.
Yeah.
But also after games too, like signing and doing all that stuff, like it just makes it all worth it too, seeing their reactions. So